Hola, hola, hello. This is Yuridia, your host. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about the three top questions on personal injury cases, which are um, the first one is if you are undocumented, is the person entitled for a compensation?
Well, personal injury is meant to help people get treatment and recovery as close to where they were before the accident as possible. So it doesn't matter whether you're legal or illegal, it's targeted at a human being, a person that is injured. So if you're undocumented, you're still entitled to compensation if you have injuries.
If you have injuries. So, for example, if I am documented, but I was either the passenger or the driver and someone hit me, I'm the victim. Can I file a claim for that?
If you're injured, you should be able to file a claim. If your car is damaged, you should be able to file a claim. The goal of insurance is to remedy the damage.
Okay. So we just wanted to make sure that we were able to file. Obviously, it's best to go to an attorney that has experience with immigration as well, or not really. You can just go with the personal injury. It's not going to affect your immigration status or anything like that.
It's important to talk to a lawyer that has both personal injury understanding and immigration understanding because even though personal injury is for any person, being undocumented creates an extra dichotomy to the situation. You probably won't have a driver's license, you may or may not have insurance, you may or may not be in removal proceedings. If the other side knows, they could try to use it against you. So it's always good to have a lawyer that understands all those various.
Have you had cases like that?
Yeah, we've had cases where people that are injured are undocumented, and we've tried to resolve it and get them as much financial benefit as necessary to return them to their state.
What's the average timeline for cases?
It depends on the amount of treatment you get. Most
Okay.
cases, you're done in a few months with treatment, and then the lawyer and his assistants gather all the bills and put it together, and then file a demand to the insurance company, negotiate a settlement. So its typical case will go from 4 months to a year, 2 years, depending on how serious the injury is.
Depends. Yeah. So it depends how serious the injury is. That's how long the case. So, for instance, I get into a car accident. My treatment lasted 1 year.
Then
When
already,
do I get compensation?
well, after 1 year of treatment, then we'll start gathering all the medical records and put it together, and then we'll file a demand letter. So it could take another 6 months to settle the case,
Okay.
or less, depending.
Okay. That's pretty much. And then, when you say medical bills, are we talking about like hospital bills, chiropractor, occupational therapy, anything that I receive?
Correct. That has to
And
do with the accident.
And when I go to the doctor, how do we approach, like, because if I don't have insurance,
Most
how?
times when you get injured in a car accident, if you tell them it's a car accident and give them the information from the lawyer and the claim number, they'll send all their bills and lien to the lawyer.
To the lawyer? Okay. And so the medical treatment, it starts right away after the accident.
That is the
You don't
best
want to
option.
wait
Correct.
too long.
That is,
Like you should never wait more than what?
if you are injured, you
Uh-huh.
go to the hospital immediately.
Immediately.
You shouldn't wait.
Okay, don't wait. And then who pays the medical bills then, and when? When is that? Because I'll freak out if I get medical bills in my house.
Well,
Do they send it to me or?
some do send to you. You just forward it to your lawyer. The tort fees, or meaning the at fault party's insurance, is responsible for all that cost, and most of those things are paid at the end of the treatment.
Oh, at the end of the treatment.
Correct.
So when I get my bills in the mail, I'll just send it to my lawyer.
That is correct.
I don't have to worry about that. It's not gonna affect my credit or anything like that.
Sometimes
Or my immigration status.
it shouldn't affect your immigration status.
Okay, and then that is paid off at the end of the treatment then.
When the matter gets settled and the insurance pays the money, then your lawyer is obligated to pay and get all the lien releases to you.
Okay, so that's basically okay. And the last question that we have, Why is highly recommended to do a lawyer? I guess what's the difference? What am
Well,
I looking at?
most lawyers have experience negotiating with insurance companies. They have experience reading medical records and understanding what it's saying and making a determination or an evaluation to determine the value of your case. Obviously, if you're not a medical doctor yourself, you might not be in the best position to make such negotiations or to read such documents and understand and be able to articulate it to the other party. That is why it's recommended to hire a lawyer that has experience doing personal injury.
And one thing that I learned, because I actually went through like this process when I had a car accident, is that you get a lot of phone calls. You get a lot of phone calls, and that's why I said no. I remember when they were calling me, and I would tell them, "Oh, I have a lawyer," and then they stop calling you, and they just call the lawyer. But if I wouldn't choose a lawyer, that means I have to take care of those phone calls. I have to read the medical records. I have to negotiate with them. Yeah, and it's a long process. So if my medical treatment is 1 year, I have to deal with them for a year.
That is correct.
And then the other thing is that I didn't know that it didn't cost me an initial payment to get a lawyer. Because once I hear a lawyer, I'm thinking, well, he's going to charge me for the consultation and he's going to charge me for the case. So I'm just going to do it by myself so I can get the money.
Well, most personal injury are taken on contingencies and they are always free consultation. Okay. The reason being that you're an injured party and the fault isn't yours, at least in that sense. Therefore, most personal injuries do not cost you anything out of pocket.
And basically, it's one of those cases that the lawyer, if I get compensation, the lawyer gets paid from there. But if I don't get anything, I don't have to pay you. Even though you work, I don't have to pay you.
That is correct.
So it's a win-win for me.
It is a win-win for the plaintiff or the client, correct.
Okay, now when selecting a lawyer, what are we looking for?
Well, the most important thing is word of mouth,
okay.
A track record of results, a lawyer that is honest and fair, a lawyer that cares about you. Those are the things I would look out for. So obviously you can't know anybody except from their history. So if you talk to people, they'll give you recommendation. Don't just go, oh, this guy was my lawyer, he helped me. You have to ask them questions about those lawyers.
Like what kind of questions?
So
if you need a personal injury lawyer, what are you looking?
You're
How do you
looking.
know he's good?
Does he call you back?
Okay.
How long has he done that type of work? What did he get for his people? It's always, since it's free consultation, I'll meet 5 of them and choose one.
Oh,
you ask them questions. Yes,
okay.
you know, how easily can you reach your lawyer if you need him? You know, some lawyers, once they take your case, you can never get a hold of them. You can never see them again till the case is over. Other lawyers, you can call and they will arrange and schedule you, and you come in and you see the lawyer. So the most important thing is, what do you want from your lawyer? Once you find out what you want from your lawyer, it's easy to choose because you find out the ones that can give you what you want.
I think if I'm looking for a lawyer, I'm certainly looking for someone who's going to get the best compensation for me, and 2, that is going to have communication with me. I mean, even if I don't get the most, if I have communication, then I know if I got more or less.
That is correct.
Right? So, if you want to have a lawyer that returns your phone calls, explain things to you, because I'm not a lawyer, I didn't went to law school, I don't have experience, that's why I'm hiring you. So you have a duty to explain to me, what am I looking? What's the role going to look like? Right?
That is correct.
And like you say, most time, or is every time that they have a free consultation?
All the time.
All the time. So that way I can go to 3 lawyers and then make my decision.
That is correct.
And I don't have to worry about paying any legal fees because
it's contingency.
It's contingency. How much do they get?
Depends. It's negotiable. The average standard in the market is 33%. Some take more, some take less, especially if it ends up going to litigation. So it's on a case by case basis.
But less, the minimum is like 33 and up, that you can say.
Yeah,
or 20? Can they charge 20%?
Yes.
And if he really likes me, 5%?
If he likes you, he can do it. He can do it for free.
He can do it for free. Okay. Well, thank you. Anything else that you would like to add?
When you get injured in an accident, call the police. Move your car to safety and get a lawyer.
As soon as possible.
Immediately.
Don't wait. Oh no. And take a vacation or on the weekend.
No, not.
As soon as possible. Okay, well, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.